you're hot, you're perspiring, your heart rate is up, you feel like you can't take any more. This happens to me every time I watch the women's salsa size class, but now it's time for my own workout. So what fragrance am I going to wear? Okay, so controversial subject this one, because a lot of people think that you shouldn't wear a fragrance in the gym. If you happen to think that way, and that's understandable, then let's look at it this way. What fragrance would you spray on after the gym? Maybe when you're going into the foyer or wherever you can sit down and have a coffee or drink your protein shake. What would you spray on then to be reinvigorated? Or if you do like to wear one in the gym, then we're looking at ones that are similarly they're going to be in the same category. They're going to be fresh, they're going to smell sporty, and so I think for whatever your views on this one, you can still join in and decide what you think is the best gym fragrance. Okay, so let's face it, in the gym is one of those places where people are checking other people out. It's just a fact. Where is one of the places in life that you have the most opportunity to look at members of the opposite sex, being physical, perhaps wearing tight-fitting clothes and that kind of thing? Well, it's in the gym, so inevitably that goes both ways, and women are noticing the men in the gym too. So it's an opportunity, perhaps, to just give yourself that edge if you've got a really nice, fresh, but not too obtrusive smell. Difficult one to get right. Obviously, don't wear anything too heavy, but here are some sporty, fresh options that you may find work for you in the gym. So, coming in at number 5 for me, I'm going to go with the famous L'Eau d'Issei by Issey Miyake. Top note of yuzu, a Japanese kind of citron note, and extremely fresh, piercing, sharp scent. It's got a good longevity, it's fresh, it's very much difficult to dislike. The only downside on this one is a lot of people know it and will know exactly what you're wearing, but I think it's completely appropriate for daytime wear, and it's extremely fresh. It will go well if you sweat and stuff. It's going to mix in with that, and the sharpness and freshness and cleanness of it could really work in or after the gym, as long as you don't go too heavy. So good choice perhaps. Coming in at number 4, I'm going with Mont Blanc Individual. Okay, Mont Blanc Individual, renowned for smelling very similar to Creed's original Santal. It opens up with a very fresh blast of clean linen kind of flavour, but there's a little bit of a raspberry kind of note in this. It's a little bit fruity and fresh. Some people compare it to Dupe, but this is way less cloying and syrupy than that one. Really nice, fresh scent, very cheap. You can spray on quite a lot of this without offending anyone too much, because it's such a fresh, likeable, clean scent. Maybe sometimes a bit boring for a night out for me, but in the gym, you kind of want to be, or you don't want to be too exciting or too seductive, like you're trying too hard. So a couple of sprays of Jupe before you do your workout, or a few sprays after the workout. Really appropriate, good one to have, and I like this one, Mont Blanc Individual. Coming in at number 4 for me. Okay, number 3 for me. I'm going to go with Al Rehab. Number 3, Al Rehab Silver. Okay, so this one is renowned basically as a clone of Creed Silver Mountain Water. If money's an object to you, you could wear Silver Mountain Water in the gym, but this one can be got really cheap. I think it's about £3 for a 30ml bottle here on Amazon or eBay in the UK, and it's got a very nice kind of inky fresh note. It almost smells a bit like grapes or something to me. It's supposed to be, the original Silver Mountain Water is supposed to smell like water flowing down from the Swiss mountains. What could be more appropriate for a gym scent? It's super fresh. It goes fine if you get a bit sweaty. It doesn't get cloying or weird. You can spray quite a few sprays. It's an eau de parfum, so longevity is okay, projection is okay, but nothing too inappropriate. Again, one I find a bit like I never would reach for it in a night out situation. It doesn't really feel seductive, but it just feels fresh and clean in a nice, interesting way. So great gym scent that you might want to consider, Al Rehab Silver, the clone of Creed's Silver Mountain Water. Okay, so number 2 for me, I'm going with one I've mentioned already in my barbershop top 5 video. This is Agua de Colonia Concentrada, Spanish eau de cologne, fantastic citrus opening, very, very fresh, a unisex fragrance. And it smells like lemons and oranges, really, really fresh. It's eau de cologne, so it's not going to be too obtrusive or too strong or annoy anybody. Longevity is okay, it kind of dries down to a nice woody one. And again, I have worn it in the gym, and I find when it mixes in with a little bit of sweat, it doesn't push out too much of a weird smell or anything, but it does give me just a slightly nice, fresh, and maybe a nice, fresh, woody kind of dry down smell. And I find it works well in the gym for me, either before the gym or after. If I want to freshen up after the gym, I really enjoy this one. It's invigorating, and it's again very inexpensive. It can be had online. A really likable, fresh, clean scent with a little bit of character to it. So, number 1 for me, I think my number 1 gym fragrance. You probably won't guess it, but you've probably heard of it. It's going to be 4711. Okay, the famous German eau de cologne, one of the originals, one of the original eau de colognes. Okay, this one, ultra invigorating. It's got a splash one here. Doesn't last long. It's really nice and fresh though. It's got that great neroli kind of note, and there it's a little bit it's sometimes compared to Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino, but that's incredibly expensive. You probably wouldn't want to wear that to the gym. This one doesn't last long, but since you're only in the gym maybe an hour, 2 hours maximum, but you're probably more like an hour, you don't need it to, and it just goes really nicely with your body chemistry as you heat up. It's not going to smell weird. It's not going to smell like you're wearing a really strong cologne, but it's just fresh and it's clean, and the longevity issue isn't really a problem in the gym. It's ideal for the gym because it's not terribly strong, but it might just give you that little fresh edge. And so you know, the mums are there, they've dropped the kids off to school, and they're there for their workout or before they go and get their nails done, and you're there pumping some iron or doing your cardio, whatever it may be, and maybe you just, you know, they just get a little waft of someone who's a little bit fresh and clean, and if you're looking good and you're in good shape, this just could help you. Who knows? The other top tip with this one is if you get the body spray that they make, the 4711 cologne body spray that a little bit on your clothes as a kind of addition to your antiperspirant deodorant. It layers really well with this one. So a great choice for the gym in my view. Enjoy yourselves at the gym. Try and make a good impression on other people. Look good, work hard, and don't forget it's a good opportunity to make an impression on people. So you should have a fragrance for that. You should have a fragrance for that. When we go to the gym, let's project a fragrance, and let's project a good image of ourselves. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me. Bye bye.